10 traps rich people fall into. You spend your entire life trying to get rich, and once you get there, you're frightened of losing it. Poor people have no concept what money does to you, to the people around you, and your own lifestyle. But at the end of this video, you'll have a slit of 10 pitfalls affluent people fall into so that when you arrive, you won't be making the same mistakes. Number 1. Lifestyle jump. Very simple. You went from being homeless and eating ramen noodles to being a multi-millionaire overnight. But at heart, you remain the same. The catch lies in maintaining control. Fill in the blanks, improve your quality of life, and get a good night's rest if you can afford to. But don't go broke doing it. One's net worth can be defined as their income minus their outgoings. If you make $1 million a month but spend $1 million a month, then you are not affluent. Poor people have no idea that once they start making money, they become a target. If you care about your safety and convenience, you should relocate to a nicer, more convenient area. You should make sure that your income growth is much larger than your lifestyle increase. Number 2. Funding family projects. It's challenging to achieve financial success while still supporting one's loved ones in leading normal lives. All of them have hopes and aspirations. Some of them even have plans for the future. You feel obligated to give back to your community now that you are in the position of relative prosperity. They have a sense of entitlement and expect your assistance. But the reality is that most people are where they are because they lack the necessary skills. They lack the determination, intelligence, and appetite to risk everything for success. They wouldn't need your help in the first place if they already had all the necessary components. But they are unaware of this, and if you were to inform them of it, they would likely become angry with you. People will come to you with all manner of crazy proposals, business plans, and side gigs. If you can give them $50,000, I will make you $1 million. I assure you that you must maintain order here. They want to borrow money, and if they can't get investors. The golden rule of personal finance is to never borrow from relatives. Think of it as a gift with no expectation of repayment if you have the means to do so. Or don't do it at all if you don't. We can rule out any possibility of success. Number 3. Blowing through the money. When you were a kid, you were too poor to buy any of these toys you wanted. But now you can afford anything you want. A few weeks ago, we discussed the after effects of acquiring FU money with Mark Manson, author of The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. You are going to buy a bunch of nonsense, was his reply, and make sure you have something to show for it. The opportunity for temptation is present. Do it. But do so thoughtfully. For the simple reason that eventually your possessions will control you. An ownership tax must be paid. All 4 of those automobiles in the garage require servicing immediately. Someone should look after those 2 vacation houses. Property taxes are also something you'll have to pay. You'll be back in the Red Queen's race before you know it, frantically pedaling to maintain your current position. Number 4. Spoiling your kids. Well, you all agree. You hope to provide a more prosperous upbringing for your offsprings than you had. You want your kids to see the life is more about than just stress. In other words, we understand. However, keeping them safe from the outside world will only make them vulnerable. You'll be around for most of their lives, so it won't collapse under their weight. But they will be put through hell by their grandchildren. They will be brought up by parents who have never been in need. As a result, their minds never harden to the point where they could bear the discomfort of maturation. You should provide for your children such that they have the means to pursue their dreams but not so much that they have no obligations or responsibilities. 5. Stop learning. Money has been won by you. Congrats. Everyone has a desire to get wealthy. In other words, you are a genius in their eyes. Plus, everyone assures you that you are a genius wherever you go. Therefore, intellectual arrogance, the mistaken belief that one knows all, is common pitfall. This has two adverse impacts that will only compound over time. First, you are missing out on the people's expertise by ignoring their advice because of their lack of financial success, and you think that you know it all. And 2, you don't think you need to make any further intellectual development on your own since you've already arrived and when you want to be. However, the point is that life and time are always evolving. Soon enough, you'll be a present-day resident with a mentality still firmly planted in days gone by. To maintain their status as leaders in their fields, the wealthy often shell out tens of thousands of dollars. High-performance coaches are compensated thousands of dollars per hour to keep them motivated and inspired. Not many individuals can afford anything like that. Number 6. Random people targeting you. The pursuit of happiness is an internal human pursuit. It could be your wealth, your accomplishments, or even your reputation. You can expect to get sued more frequently than you think. Others will act as if they are your pals in order to gain influence by association with you, and some will even try to seduce you. You just have to learn to navigate the minefields they have created for you. There may not be a snake in every garden, but you can be sure that there are plenty. This caution is warranted. Number 7. All work lifestyle. You are more likely to pursue interests and careers that play to your strengths. When you have mastered the art of producing money and people are happy praising upon you for your powers in turning concepts into tangible assets, you have arrived. It's all too simple to become a victim of that trap. You have reduced all conversations to discussions of financial matters. You are obsessed with material wealth. To tell you the truth, you are a fairly dull person. You are completely lacking in individuality. Your entire existence is predicated on your ability to secure gainful employment. Don't turn into that person. No one enjoys being around them for very long. Even if your salary was increased by 10%, that wouldn't make up for the loneliness you feel inside you. Know deep down that you were meant to pursue other interests. Number 8. Thinking you can do better than your partner. Now let's have a look at one of the most frequent examples. In the absence of financial resources, you and your partner have worked hard to build your relationship. As more people become aware of the interested in what you're offering, your popularity skyrockets while theirs remain flat. The next thing you know, you're making a 10, 100, 1,000 times as much as they are. They are thrilled for you and have always been there for you, even when worries about the company kept you up at night. Your new group of friends treats you like royalty, while your partner begins to seem ordinary by comparison. Thus, concerns begin to rise. Do you think I made the proper choice? When I got married, did I make the proper choice? Suppose circumstances were altered. Imagine I'm with someone who's as unique as I am. What then? Now the relationship has officially begun to fail. The flaws become more obvious. Sometimes when you're in your bed, your mind wanders to another person. You've lost hope in your lover, and they can tell. If you fail to see that you're likely making a mistake, the situation will deteriorate rapidly. Number 9. Trying to do everything. When you first start out, you don't have a lot of options and you have no idea what you want to do with your life. Things have changed recently. Trips, pastimes, professions, and new ventures all have promise for the future. When cave people discovered a bush laden with berries, they would eat them all because they didn't know when they would come upon another. However, we still have that same brain today. But what if I never have this chance again? I have to take action. That's when you get yourself in the trap of trying to juggle too many tasks at once. The inability to concentrate sets in. Things start to blur, stress level arises, and the formerly stable situation devolves into anarchy. Solution: focus on the essential. And lastly, number 10, selling your soul to get rich. There will come a time when you are tempted to take a shortcut that goes against your morals, but you must stay strong. If you do, you'll be trading long-term success for short-term gain. Compromise is necessary. You are here because you are exceptionally bright and gifted.